record to the cloud. Okay, cool. We're recording. So hi, Lamika. Welcome to class. As you know, it's me, Amy Joy, your instructor. And today we're going to do a class based on Ayurvedic knowledge. This class is designed to balance the Pitta dosha. So the doshas are, like we kind of talked about a little bit offline, the doshas are the energetic composition of your body, or of your energy rather, the composition of your energy. So the Pitta dosha is mostly composed of the elements fire and water. So some traits of a Pitta dosha are like a fiery, energetic disposition, having like lots of energy. Sometimes it expresses itself like in anger, and it could also express itself like as, because fire can't physically exist in the body, it might express itself as like oil. That's kind of like oily, maybe in your digestion, and it would maybe cause, I think it causes like indigestion. And sometimes it might, like if it's out of balance too much, it could show up as like inflammation or infection in the body. But it's responsible for all forms of digestion in the body and transformation, just like how fire in nature transforms things from like substance to basically ash, and it transforms things it comes into counter with. And some positive traits about Pitta are intelligence, courage, and vitality. So yeah, if you think about it, like also in an animal symbolism, like the fire is also shown as like a lion, so they're very courageous, etc. You could think of Pitta energy as like a lion. So we're going to balance that out. So today, sometimes our Pitta can get a little bit excessive, and we might want to introduce like cooling techniques to the body. So things that are cooling and grounding are helpful to balance out that fiery energy. So our flow today is going to be the moon salutation grounding flow, which is also known as Chandra Namaskar. And we're also going to do a little bit of left nostril breathing to start us off with, and Satali breath to end us with. So okay, like I said, we'll start off with the breathing. So this is going to be a cooling, or actually it's not necessarily cooling, but it is a little bit cooling. So it's a cooling breath, the left nostril breathing, and it helps us to get in touch with our feminine side, the side that's more receptive, versus that doer energy, fiery right side, the sun channel. The left side is connected with the moon channel. So to do the left nostril breathing, you just take your right hand, and we're going to take just take your thumb and then press it on your right nostril, and you can just keep your hand straight up, and then we're just going to breathe out of that left nostril. So we'll do maybe like 2 minutes of left nostril breathing, and we're going to just breathe in nice and slow. And then exhale nicely and slowly. Beautiful. I see our chest in sync. Inhale. So we're inflating our lungs fully. Exhale. Good. And emptying all the air out. Inhale again. And slowly exhale. So inhale. So beautiful. Exhale. at about this pace, we'll just continue this breath practice. Just cooling the body. It's a really great way to start our practice. Like getting grounded and having that meditative state. This really actually puts us in a great mood to like learn also as we are, you know, entering into our receptive mode. So we're like relinquishing the control. Beautiful. We'll do a couple more rounds here. Nice. And then you can bring your hands down to your, are you seated like crisscross?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Bring your hands down, palms up, just place them on your knees.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually do this mudra where you're touching your index finger and thumb together and then place them on your knees. This mudra is called Gyan Mudra. And it is, there you go, that's it. And you just place your thumbs on your fingernail. So this is allowing, you got it, wisdom, allowing the wisdom to come in, putting you in touch with your highest self. And we're just gonna sit here, hold this pose for just a minute or so, but just kind of tapping into our body now, noticing just like, I know we didn't do any meditation before the breath, so we might not have really noticed how we're feeling like as a baseline. But right now, you can just notice how you're feeling now, doing your normal breathing. And maybe you might notice a little change. If so, just make a mental note. Beautiful. And then we can go ahead and make our way to our mats and we'll get started with the movement practice.
I'm actually already sitting on my mat.
Oh, okay, yeah, I need to make my way. And then
What'd you just do?
I just changed cameras.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have your laptop and your cell phone?
I'm using I was using my laptop camera before, and then I have another like webcam off to the side. And I learned that in Zoom you can like you can use two different cameras. You just at the bottom go to the video icon, and it will show you like your selections, and you can choose a different one.
Cool. Learn something new every day.
I know. All right, so from our mats, we're gonna actually start off standing. I'm gonna just change this little camera.
So I'm not sure what is a good angle. Let me try this way. I'm just gonna actually move my laptop over.
Okay.
Is this good? Do I have to stand?
Yep, standing. That's cool.
Do you want me to put my laptop like on my desk or something, or?
Yeah, that might work well.
Okay.
Give it a try if it's not too much of a bother.
Let's see what happens here.
Okay. Alexa, turn on second phone.
Maybe it might be too high. Is this good, Ames?
That's good.
Because I feel like once I get down, you may not be able to see me on the lower level.
Yeah, maybe, well, maybe you could also, when we go down, maybe you could adjust the back, you know, the flip part of your laptop and then make it go look down. But anyway, right now we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
All right.
Or I can use my cell phone and you'll see me twice.
Oh, that's true. You can have two different camera angles. It's up to you. That works too.
How will it be for you?
It will be good to be able to see you in both locations.
As the instructor.
Yeah. If I can see you standing and squatting, that's best. Okay, so now we're just gonna stand, bring both feet together, heels to touch, toes touch. And we're gonna bring our arms up over our head with an inhale breath. Inhale. Bring hands all the way up to the top and touch your palms together. Let's interlace the fingers and release the index finger. So you'll just be pointing almost like a gun up over your head. And then inhale, stretch your spine nice and long, stretch the head all the way up to the ceiling. And we're gonna stretch over to the right side. So stretch the body over to the right side, keeping your shoulders and hips in one line. So maybe your left shoulder might have a tendency to come forward, just try to pull it back. And then also your right hip might come forward, just pull it back, try and keep it in one line.
Like
and
this?
Then inhale. You're good, yeah. And then inhale, come back up to center. Stretch your spine nice and long again. Exhale, go down to the left side. Again, just try to keep your hips and shoulders in one line. So don't let that right shoulder come forward. You're gonna pull it back. And then just stretch to the side. Good, come back to center, inhale. Exhale, bring the arms down to the sides. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna pivot on the heels. Let me see. Nope, sorry. Okay, so from here, we're gonna take, you can step over to one side of your mat. And then you're gonna step with, so whichever side of the mat you're on, you're gonna step with the other foot to take a really nice wide stance here.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, facing the side of the mat. And then bend your knees and squat down. We're gonna bring the arms up for goddess pose. There you go. Nice goalpost arms. Beautiful. And then we're gonna inhale, stretch up and stretch out. Perfect. We're gonna exhale. Let's see, step the right toes toward the top of the mat on the right side. And we're gonna step the left toes in just a quarter of a turn. So now we kind of have like
warrior,
you got it, warrior two stance. All right, so we're gonna inhale. Let's extend the body towards the right leg.
I'm on the opposite side, so I'm on the left. My left leg is extended.
Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna do it the same way as you. So then we're gonna extend the body towards the left side and then straighten the left leg and tilt the body down so the left hand comes to left shin, and then stretch the right arm up to the sky. Take your gaze up to the sky and look over the top of your right middle finger. So triangle pose. Beautiful. Now we're gonna inhale, bring the body back up a little bit so you're extending the spine forward and reaching forward. And then we're gonna step the right foot in just like a little bit, like about a foot. Good. And then we're gonna.
I should take my socks off. Sorry, I'm slipping.
No problem.
Oh, and it's interesting because these are knee socks. So.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that actually. They matched. They were...
Yeah, by accident.
You and I are both monochromatic today. Like I got on Pink Family, you got on all the blue.
Yeah. And actually the pink is in my room, and it seems like you have blue off in your setup there. Okay, anyway.
Okay. So now we're gonna have wide legs, extend the spine forward, and then that right foot in the rear is stepped in just maybe about like the distance between both of your feet is about 3 feet right now. And then we're gonna forward fold again to the right side once more, but we're gonna walk our right toes forward. So both toes are facing to the top of the mat in one direction, and bring both arms down to the mat. Ooh. So we're gonna bring forehead to knee if possible. So you're gonna bend that left knee all the way so maybe the knee comes up to the forehead, and then make that forehead and knee connection if possible. Let me just check you out. Cool, perfect, yes. And then when you have that connection going on, you can attempt to, or to whatever degree you like, you can straighten that left knee so that we are getting a nice, with the forehead to knee connection, chin to chest, you are massaging your thyroid and parathyroid glands, increasing metabolism, doing wonderful things for the body. All right, now we're going to inhale, come back up to standing.
I'm not sure if I'm doing this part, the process of coming up. If you can take a closer look, is my body the way it's supposed to be?
Yeah, you look fine. 5-pointed star. So your feet can be like right now, that's perfect. That's how they were. Like warrior stance is good. Warrior stance is good. All right, so now we're going to bend the left. Okay, let's see. All right, so now we're going to bend the right knee and come all the way down to like a low lunge. So you can bring that right knee down to the mat, good. And then we're gonna extend, what am I doing here? Okay, perfect. So now we're gonna inhale, bring both arms up and interlace the fingers, or they don't have to be interlaced. You could just cross the thumbs. And then extend back. We're gonna make a crescent with our bodies, doing a slight or as much back bend as you can. Looking up to the sky, extending back. Beautiful. And then exhale, forward, fold. Extend that left leg forward. And then curl the right toes under in the back. Good. And we're gonna shift the weight back to the right side. And then bring the knee up off of the mat. So this is hard for you to see, I think, because.
Okay, so I went from, I don't know how did you lift your knee? At what point did you lift your knee?
Just right where you are is fine. So like you got your, so you're, if your knee is down, just press your hands into the mat. And while you're pulling your weight back to the right side, then lift that right knee up.
You mean my left knee?
No. Your right
Wait.
knee to be the one that's bent. Yeah.
My left knee is bent though.
Okay, so let's go back a few steps.
Yeah, I didn't get that process. Sorry.
That's okay, no problem. So we're standing up. We got the left leg in front, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to, where do we come from here?
We got to pivot back to the floor.
Yes. Wait, yes. We brought the right knee down to the floor. So bring your hands down to the floor. Bring the right knee down to the floor. And then straighten your left leg.
Oh, straighten my left leg.
There you go. Now walk your hands over to in front of your right knee. And then lift up from your right knee to your right toes. So your left leg is straight and your right knee is bent, right? Yes?
Okay, I'm gonna just lift my leg up because I'm not sure how you did that part. So, yeah.
All right. All right, so cool. We're half squat with a leg extended. And then toes point up, right heel reaches for the ground. Okay, so if you can, do a right foot flat, but I can't. I'm like on my toes. So
Yeah, me too.
see if you can balance here and bring your hands up to heart center. So I'm gonna turn my body back towards you again so it's easier to see this here. So here we are. And then we want to see if we can balance here and bring your hands up to heart center. Now, one way I do that is I put my toes on my extended leg. I bring them all the way down instead of having them up in the sky.
That's difficult. My toes are down. I don't know if you can tell, but they're down.
Yep. And then hands to heart center. And then just one breath here. And then bring your hands back down to the mat. And then we're gonna shift our weight to the center. So we can walk that extended left leg in together. Bring our weight towards the center. See if you can bring both heels down and bring your heels close together. Your toes are pointed outwards. And then we're gonna find Malasana squat here. Good. So we're gonna bring the elbows inside of the knees and then push the knees outwards with our elbows. Great. And then extend your spine nice and long, and it looks like you are. Okay, cool. So awesome, that's Malasana squat. We'll take a breath in here and a breath out here. And then we're gonna reverse directions. So now we'll place our hands back down onto the mat, and we're gonna extend the right leg nice and long. Ooh, awesome. There you go, they got it. And then let's try and do our balancing half squat on the right side. Woo, for a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. So then bring your hands back down to the mat. And then we're going to shift, turn toward that extended leg that's in the front. And you're gonna bring the left knee down to the mat. Whoa, this is kind of tough. So you can just walk, there we go, that left knee toward the mat. And then that right leg is forward. And then we're gonna inhale the hands up. And then we're gonna do that back bend here on this side. Actually, you can bend that right knee. Yeah. And then you can shift your weight forward into the right foot, but make sure that the ankle is underneath the knee so that they're lined up. You don't want that ankle to be behind your knee or closer to your body than your knee. So extend up and look up to the sky. You find your little back bend here. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to curl the toes under in the rear on the left side. And then we're going to come up into that kind of triangle leg. So raise the left knee off of the mat. And then step your feet a little bit closer together so that they're at about a 3-foot distance apart from each other. We're gonna find that head to knee connection here on the left side. Both toes should be in one line pointed forward. For this one, you don't want them out to that angle. And then bend that right knee, connect the forehead to the right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Now let's lift up. Inhale, stretch the spine nice and long. And then we're going to straighten, or see, I'm sorry, we're going to take a little bit of a bigger step here. And then we're going to straighten, bring the right arm down to the to the right knee, and extend the left arm long into the sky for triangle pose. Beautiful. Bring both arms to stretch forward, stretch the body forward. And then inhale, come back up to standing. Point both toes forward. Good, towards the side of the mat. And then inhale, come down into goddess pose. Awesome. Stand up straight. Bring the arms together. Step the feet together also. Lengthen the spine. Stretch up to the sky. And inhale. Exhale, bend the body to the right side. Keeping shoulders and hips in one line. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bend to the left side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands to the sides. Okay, so we're now going to do the same thing one more time, but in reverse. So we started off before with the left leg forward, right? The left leg first. So this time
we went from the left to the right.
Exactly. So now this time we're going to go from right to left.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to step the right foot out to the side. We're going to, look toward the right side and then pivot on the right heel so that the right toes turn open about a quarter of a turn and they face the front of your mat, or they face the right side of your mat. And then step those left toes, pivot the left toes in a little bit so that it's like a 45-degree angle here. We're going to inhale the arms up. Warrior one, sort of. And then exhale, come down or stretch the spine forward nice and long. And then bring that right hand down to the right shin and extend the left arm up to the sky for triangle pose. Good. Inhale, stretch the arms and spine long to the right side, over to the side. And then exhale, step the left foot forward a little bit, and then bring the arms down to the mat. So let's connect that right knee to the forehead and with a forward fold here. Exhale. And then we're gonna inhale, step the left foot back to, you can touch the left knee to the mat. Awesome. So inhale, let's bring the arms up overhead. We'll find a little back bend here. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. So now we're gonna shift on the heels and point the toes toward the side of the mat for that half squat. So we can either keep the left toes connected to the mat or point the toes up into the air, whichever is your flavor, and then come up for a breath. Bring hands to heart center, inhale. Awesome. Exhale, bring hands to the center of the mat or in the center of your body. And we're gonna shift the weight into the middle, but maybe walk that left foot in first, and then kind of reposition ourselves and our weight. We'll bring the heels closer together. The feet, the toes will point outwards, and try to find a flat-footed stance here if you can. And then we're gonna come into Balasana squat. So hands in prayer, and then elbows extend and push the knees outward.
Yeah, I need to do it on my heels.
Okay, that's cool. And then lengthen the spine up. Beautiful. All right, exhale. We're gonna extend the right leg long. And we're gonna do our half squat on the left side. So now inhale, bring hands to heart center. Find balance.
Wait, we doing the opposite leg now?
Yep.
Okay. So this way. All right.
Find balance on the left side. So inhale. Exhale. Hands go back down to the mat. We're gonna turn toward the left side and come into our left lunge. So we'll bring that right knee down to the mat and shift the weight back. So you can bring the weight over your right knee. And then we're gonna inhale, bring the hands up to the sky and find a nice back bend here, crescent moon on the left side. Exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat. Curl the right toes under, raise the right knee off of the mat, and then step that right foot forward a little bit so that your feet are about 3 feet apart. Exhale, bring your forehead to your left knee. Good. So inhale now, stretch the spine forward towards your left side, toward the top of your mat. And then you're gonna step that right foot back a little bit more. And then straighten your left knee. Bring your left hand down to your left shin. Inhale, bring the right arm up to the sky. And your gaze follows that right arm up to the sky. Triangle pose. Good. Inhale, stretch the spine to the side once more, like you have a beach ball in your hands. And then inhale, come on up to standing. Great, awesome. Now, walk the toes over. Let's see. You're gonna pivot on your heels, and then your toes are gonna be looking towards the front of the mat. So both toes in one parallel line, or 2 parallel lines, pointed towards the front of your mat. Good. Now let's.
Can you see my feet?
Yes, you got it. That's it. So arms up to the sky. Inhale. Now point the toes towards the opposite ends of your mat. So your heels are in and your toes point out. Great. And then exhale, we're going to sit down in our goddess pose. Great. So arms are up. Perfect. Spine is nice and straight and long. Shoulders back, chest open, hips open, hips forward. Breathe here.
Ooh. I was holding it.
Awesome. Inhale, 5-pointed star. So straighten the arms and legs. Beautiful. And you can bend the knees just a little bit to step both feet together and hands come together too. Inhale. Exhale, arms to side. Beautiful. One more inhale. Inhale up, arms come up to the top. Lengthen the spine. Let's stretch nice and long and tall. And we're going to bend to the right side. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, arms to side. Beautiful. All right, so I don't know about you. I do feel like warmed up and I feel like my body is
sweating.
Yeah. So now we're gonna we're gonna ground back down once again, and we're gonna cool off with actually just a we'll get on the mat. We'll do a few open leg stretching, and then we're gonna do our breath practice. So let's have a seat on the mat, and you'll sit towards the long edge of your mat. We're gonna straddle our legs nice and wide.
You know what? Let me.
Or you can sit facing me, if you have the space.
Which way? Darn. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna put the camera back this way.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So let's begin by inhaling the arms up over the head. And then turn the shoulders to the right foot. And we're going to exhale, bring the hands down to the feet. And then just bring your forehead, like in the direction of your toes and your knee. But they don't have to touch, but just let your head be heavy and relax into the posture. Let it surrender to gravity. Beautiful. Let's inhale the arms back up again. Twist the body. We're going to turn towards the left foot here. Bring the shoulders in line with the sole of your left foot. And then slowly lower down to the left side. Exhale. Bring that forehead down towards your knee again. Let's inhale the body back upright. Turn your shoulders square to the center, looking forward. We'll bring both hands down together to touch the mat. And then you can find your happy place. Either keep your hands here or walk them out if you like to stretch a little deeper. Lower your head and just kind of lean into that stretch here. Take some deep breathing here while you're here. So we're, again, warming the body down right now with these nice straddling wide-legged postures. Opening hips is very good for Pitta to help ground you. And then walk the hands in. And we'll come to a nice easy seated pose. So you can just crisscross your legs, whatever feels really comfortable for you. And now we're going to do our Sitali breath. So this is just, we're going to kind of close out with something that's kind of meditative. It's not exactly a meditation. Well, yeah, this is going to be a meditation, we'll say. And I think me and you, we've done this before. Yeah, I really feel like it would be deja vu. So I think we've done this before. So Sitali breath, we can find this mudra again, the Gyan mudra, to just open ourselves up to our highest self and our wisdom. And we're gonna curl the tongue like a straw. Take the two sides of your tongue and curl them up. So it's gonna be like this. Yeah, you got it. Can you breathe through there? So we're gonna do a breath. We're gonna breathe through that tongue straw and only through there, not the nose. And we're gonna do that we'll do that for like 2 minutes also, since we got started with 2 minutes. And this is gonna help cool the body down and bring it back to grounded. So let's, I'm gonna come a little closer, and actually I think I'm gonna switch angles so we can. All right, cool. So Sitali breath. All right, we're gonna start 2 minutes right now. So nice.
Oh, 1 second. Do you need this camera still?
No, I mean.
You need this one?
I don't need it. But you can leave it on though.
Okay.
It's not hurting nobody. Okay, so we'll do our 2 minutes. We're gonna just really take nice, slow, full breaths.
It's 3 o'clock.
Can you hear me?
Your breath, I can't hear it.
Do you hear yourself breathing through your tongue? Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that with it.
It's going to make your mouth tired and stuff too, but just if you fall out, if you have to take a break, then just jump back in when you can.
This is really good for your jaw.
Mm-hmm. And if you'd like to close your eyes too, that can help to make you more relaxed. We're almost there. We're more than halfway done. Okay, so now you can relax your tongue, relax your face, keep your Gyan Mudra, and we're just gonna take like 1 minute of stillness to complete our set. So just relax here. If you need anything, you can feel free to grab any props you might need, or we'll just take like a minute of silence. Or a minute of stillness, I should say. Just noticing how your body feels. Noticing if that breath had an impact and if it helped to cool you down a little bit. It's a really great go-to breath for anytime experiencing like excess heat or heat in your emotions, which would be, like I said, anger or frustration. It's a great calming, cooling breath. Okay, so that's a minute of just stillness. And the final thing I'd like to do is just take a little bit of time in Shavasana. So we're just gonna lie down in our final relaxation, and then we'll come back and say our goodbyes after that. But we're just gonna lie down in Shavasana on our mats and get a little bit more grounded here now. So stretch out nice and long. You can bring your heels together and toes fall open. Hands maybe right next to your sides, palms up, tops of hands down on the mat. And then we're just allowing the practice that we just did to pretty much integrate to our bodies and receive the benefits of all of the practice that we just did. Before transitioning on to the next thing, we just want to make sure we give ourselves the opportunity to absorb it all. And I'm going to read a little poem to you while you're here. So the name of this poem is called Setting Forth, and it's by Donna Folds. And it goes like this. Something will be born from this goodbye. In the pain of setting forth, something will die. With the release of the old comes a moment when nothing is firmly held and the unknown burns the bridges of the past. When the smoke clears, my eyes seek out the new horizon. Nothing is known here, but the air is sweet, and breathing deeply, I see long, dormant seeds send up their shoots from the fertile ground of change. As leaves unfurl to meet the sun, the circle is complete. I will not forget a single step of this sacred journey, nor will I let comfort lock me in its warm embrace. I do not know what fruit these seeds will bear, but I have faith that what is taking root today will surprise me with its vigor. In birth and death, the in breath and the final exhalation, there is pain and the movement into truth. I take that step I am called to, even if I do not know the final destination. So I just think that's a beautiful poem that kind of is, of course, going to be present whenever that fire of transformation changes something or in something, there's a new beginning that is unknown, and we have to be brave and set forth. And that is what the Pitta energy is all about: fire and transformation and setting forth. So just some cool words to remind us to be brave and Pitta like, and that we don't want to ever fully extinguish that fire.
I didn't know we were setting up now.
No, you weren't yet.
Oh,
you weren't yet. You can still lay down. I was just sitting up to read the poem to you. So we don't want to ever fully extinguish that fire. And those are the good parts of the fire. All right, so now we would be coming up to seated.
Okay.
And then you can join me on the screen. Yay. All right, cool. So hopefully the practice fulfilled the intention. It is like with a lot of hip openers, but yet supposed to be grounding and balancing for the fiery energy. You know, a lot of it was where you had to kind of concentrate into like those low lunge, like the halfway squat and stuff like that, and like really be grounded to balance in those challenging positions. So I hope you enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's the moon salutation. So don't think
I love it. I really enjoyed it.
Yay, sweet. Let me think if there's anything else I want to say. Not really. We could close the class and go and stop recording. So
okay.
The light in me bows to, honors, and respects the light in you, Lamika. Namaste.
Namaste.
Yay. All right, so I'm gonna end this. Oops, no, I don't want to do that.
Bye.
I want to stop recording.